Hello there. I've just returned from a trip to Northern Ireland where I had a blast photographing the Irish landscapes and especially the seascapes and coasts of Northern Ireland and Donegal. What you see here is a photo I took at one evening during a very colorful sunset at Giant's Causeway in County Antrim, Northern Ireland. It was very colorful and I was going from composition to composition, taking many photos. And in this video tutorial I'll show you how I process one of them. What you see here is a straight out of camera raw image. There's no processing done to it. And in the tutorial I'll take you through my post-processing steps to create this image as final result. There will be several sections to this tutorial, and we'll start with some basic workflow right after importing the images to the PC. There will be some short discussion about how I organize my images, followed by pre-processing in Lightroom. For this image there was also focus stacking involved to get a good sharpness from this near foreground to the background. After Lightroom pre-processing and focus stacking I usually go over to Photoshop, where I start off with some micro contrast. I'll also do global or selective contrast with curves and other tools. I frequently use luminance masks, and I'll not go into the details on how those masks are created. I recommend you check out Tony Kuiper's tutorial site for those. He has some great ebooks and also some free HTML stuff there where he's discussing how to create luminance masks, what luminance masks are and how to use them. And usually it's the best to start off with those tutorials and to really create those masks yourself and start to use them. He also has some Photoshop actions which create a set of masks, and those actions I'll be using in the tutorial, but they're not mandatory to follow along. But I'd strongly recommend at least to check out his tutorials so you know what are luminance masks and basically how they are created. They're very important for my post-processing, and without them I wouldn't achieve such clean results. So head over to Tony's site and check out his tutorials before you start with this tutorial here. After contrast I usually do color adjustments, which are selective mostly. I try to balance the colors on the image, and I also work on saturation. The tutorial will conclude with how I prepare this photo for print and for the web, and you'll learn my techniques to get a crisp looking print and to get good looking presentation on websites.